Dear students, so already I have discussed with you about beam and the bending moment equation, but now I would like to introduce the chapter column and strut. Okay, when the column has come to us that we have a confusing question: what is the basic difference between column and the beam? Okay. Actually, the basic difference that in beam that various type of force acting vertically on that beam. Okay, but in case of column there is a axial force is act throughout the axis. Okay, so as that column must be also in vertical. And so guys, I would tell you that it is actually the beam. Here the force, various force is acting on this beam, and also something else bending moment can be act on the beam. Okay, so as that in case of column, that throughout this neutral axis, axial compressive force is acting. Okay, so this is the main fundamental of this. And another thing is strut. Okay, when that member or part of a system that is inclined or semi-vertical. Okay, but that axial compressive force also acting through this neutral axis, it is also called strut. Okay, so as that first question is that come to us, what is the column and what is the strut, and I just explain the various type of column. Okay, already I have told you that in column, vertical member of a system that is through which neutral axis compressive axial force is act. Okay, so as that according to initially first Euler's assigned as a column, that is long column. Okay, but now at that moment column is classified into three types. Okay, that is short column, medium column and long column. Now I would like to just explain that short column. Okay, the length of the short column will be less than the 8 times of its lateral dimension. Okay, and the short column fails due to the action of crushing and less effect of bending stress and buckling load. Okay, but after that I will introduce you that medium column. Medium column can fail due to partly by the crushing and buckling, partly by buckling. Okay, and its length of that column must varies 8 to 10 times of lateral dimension. Now I would like to discuss with you that long column. Okay, long column actually fails due to the mainly buckling only. Okay, and the length of that column must varies minimum 30 times of its lateral dimension. This long column is first introduced by the Euler. So Euler's assumption has been just illustrated. It is very necessary to us for the examination. Okay. Actually, Euler's assumption of column, it is very important for our examination. Okay, dear students, just come on the point number 1. Column must be homogeneous and isotropic. Okay, and point number 2, that is columns fails due to buckling or bending stress alone. Okay, point number 3, that is column must be straight and axial compressive force is loaded. And point number 4, column must be perfectly elastic and obeys the Hooke's law. Point number 4 already discusses, but here I would like to discuss point number 5. The shortening of column due to direct compression is neglected. Okay, and point number 6, the length of the whole length of the column is very large in comparison of its cross-sectional dimension. Okay, now I will discuss with you already I have discussed the Euler's assumptions about column, but now this column can be used as various conditions. That I mean the end of the column is in various conditions. Just like 4 conditions have applied in industrial field. Okay, now point number 1, both end of the column is hinged. Both end of column is hinged. Okay, this is point A and this is B. Both end, A end and B end, both are hinged, and the length of the column is here denoted, that is L. Okay, and the diameter of the column is capital D. Okay, capital D. Okay, now second, that is both end of column is fixed. Both end of column is fixed. A and B, both end is fixed here. Okay, and point number 3, one end fixed and another end hinged. This A here fixed and here B, that is hinged. Okay, and then finally another thing, one end fixed and other end free. Okay, it is one end fixed and another end free. Okay, so in my next class I will just introduce with you Euler's equations about various conditions and also their applications in the industrial field, and also some of practical issues of that chapter I will finally discuss with you. So my dear fellow and my dear viewers, just request you to follow of my next lecture.